It's interesting, a lot of people that don't know about the problem with wilding pines say, but they're trees, like aren't trees great? We need more trees. And my answer to them is, well, go walk in a pine forest and be very observant. Listen, look around and take in what's there, or rather what isn't there. And then go walk in the native bush and do the same thing. Look and listen, and you will just see how different the two worlds are. One has so much life in it, the other is void of life.
There's no insect life or animal life, no birds, and no sound. It's literally ground zero. And my great concern is that this is happening because one tree years ago wasn't taken out. One tree becomes 100, and 100 become 1,000. And before you know it, the landscape is covered in this dark, lifeless wilding plantation.
Whole ecosystems are being wiped out. There's more than 25 endemic plants that call this part of the world its home, and these are all endangered because of these pesky bloody pines. With climate change, what we really need is really resilient natural landscapes that can handle those extremes that are coming our way.
When dense areas of wilding pines emerge, all of a sudden we lose a lot of natural character and beauty within our gorgeous natural landscapes. You can just imagine a lot of this view all of a sudden would be completely blocked. And on this beautiful trail, people come here to see the incredible mountains and the view, but it would just be a whole different world.
We have tourism as our second most important money earner. If we don't invest hugely on protecting the natural state of these landscapes, like this one in particular, that's why people come to see things like that haven't been spoiled, and we still have the opportunity to preserve it from spoiling and ruining and being lost.
One of the things with wilding pines is that they are incredibly thirsty trees. Left uncontrolled, wilding pines can remove up to 80% of water from the ground. Just think of the amount of water that would remove from our rivers and lakes. And our capacity for hydroelectricity would be impacted hugely.
Left uncontrolled, wilding pine forests create a huge fire hazard. They have very thin branches, they have the needles, they're full of oil. And what happens is the air comes, it's like the air aerates the fuel like a ladder, and it drives up through the needles and up through the branches into the mature trees, which creates what we call the crown of the fire. So once this happens and the fire takes hold of the mature trees, it's pretty much game over. With no fire breaks, it spreads rapidly. And it's particularly devastating where urban meets rural. And funnily enough, these little guys, they like to pop up next to buildings and outhouses, etc. They change the environment forever unless we get rid of them. And if we don't do it now, these incredible landscapes that we're so lucky as Kiwis to call ours will be changed forever.
If we don't get on top of these wilding pines, there will be such a massive biodiversity loss, a loss of iconic New Zealand landscapes, a loss of fertile land, and a lot more.
All Kiwis can help with getting rid of the wilding pine problem in this country. Be a good neighbour. Get rid of any of the pines and replace those preferably with natives or other trees that don't spread seeds. When you're out and about walking, if you see little pines coming up, pick them up, chop them out. Always ask permission if you're on someone else's property, and they are probably likely to say, "You're welcome, go for it, thank you very much." Lots of volunteer groups out there that you can spend a day with some really cool people that care about the environment. And lastly, I think we really keep the topic up, make it part of your conversation. See, look, there's wilding pines over there. Keep the topic being front of mind and we'll get rid of them. But it's up to all of us.